rolling. It's another episode of the Greenbox Convos. It's your boy Just Lando with my main man, my co-host.
Jerry Seinfeld, and this is Compton Squares.
Nice.
I want to welcome two very special guests on this week's episode. We have the hardest working man in show business. Everybody show your love for Mr. William Dance Jr.
Yeah,
and one of my very best friends in the world, Mr. Jared Harian-Hodges. Always got that name right from the jump.
Nah, you got it. You got it. Put my government out there, though.
That is what it is. You'll be all right. Yeah, it's the show where we, give you this week's headlines, try to give you guys, as much information as we can on what's happening as best as we can, do a top five, and we wrap, as well as some this or that's. Been having a couple of these. Forgive me. And with that, everybody, how was your week?
I can't complain, my brother. Lovely.
Right on. Mr.
Very
Jared?
I think I'm gonna have to piggyback on Marlon. My week's been pretty good. Hasn't been that hard this week. It's been hot as hell outside though. But other than that, just remember y'all stay hydrated because this heat ain't no joke.
Right.
Working on it. Well.
Nice. Man, my week has been good as well. I'm gonna piggyback off of these other cats. It's been good, no issues. Just been living life. It's been hot, like old boy just said, but we surviving.
Right.
I hear it. But that's good, man. Everybody had a good week. Everybody ready to get into these headlines?
Why not?
Let's do it.
Mr. Marlon, let's get to it.
All right. Gymnastics GOAT Simone Biles dropped out of the all-around finals in the Olympics. People were kind of giving her hell, but luckily we had Suni Lee, her backup, and she came through and brought home the gold. And
Silver.
Rather
For
America, you know what I mean? Yeah. What's your thoughts? Like, people been talking about the whole, mental health aspect and getting on Simone. Like, what's good?
I'll let y'all go first because I'm gonna say something that's gonna sound crazy.
I'll start it off. I think this is good for her. First off, let me say that good for her because I think this is something that a lot of people have gone through basically the entirety of our existence. You're not supposed to talk. You're not supposed to back out. You need to just sit there and take it on the chin and just keep moving. And sometimes we have those moments where we're not ready or mentally prepared to go through even just the daily grinds. Now, you're asking this woman on the stages of all stages, ignore everything that's going on in the world, especially when it comes to our culture, the stuff that we're going through, especially with that other young lady who got disqualified for smoking ganja, but that's a whole nother story.
Right.
And then go out to perform, and do your job. She wasn't ready for it. She stepped out. Do I blame her? Not at all. Because there's sometimes even with, a non-Olympic job where I don't want to go to work. And I know when I'm not feeling right or I'm not mentally there, I'm not there that day.
Right.
You need to take mental breaks. You need to hone yourself. And I'm glad that this situation has been opened up on a national and global scale. Take care of yourself if nothing else. Because you have too many people who feel like they don't have anybody to talk to and they take other routes to relieve this pressure and the stress. And I just wish it wasn't such a boxed in mindset to where they felt like those were the only things that they could resort to. We had a friend last year, he was going through stuff and some of us knew, some of us didn't. And unfortunately, one thing led to another. And it kind of made me just like open up my mind as to more like, I wish we could have been there more. Or, what drove him to that point? Like, what exactly was his breaking point? Because I wouldn't want myself or anybody else I know to reach that. We only get one chance. We only get one life. So for her to, on a national scale say, hey, you know what? I'm going to sit down and I'm going to take this time for me. I commend the young woman. And we still got the gold. So what's the issue?
Exactly. What you got to say, Leonard? I know you about to say something disrespectful. Go ahead. Hold on. We can't ever hear you. You on mute. Look at you. See, God don't like that. Yeah, can't ever hear you.
There you go. God didn't like what you was about to say, so he muted you real quick.
That's what happened right there.
And we still can't hear you.
Still
Because
can't
you're
hear you.
speaking gibberish. That's what you're doing. You're speaking.
My thing
God said, let me save you, young brother. Let me save you.
my thing is, like Jared, I know you're a fan of Kobe, and people celebrate Kobe for his toughness, especially mentally, and the Mamba mentality.
Right.
And I think they try to compare like this era of athlete to like the Kobe's, the Jordans, those motherfuckers that were obsessed with their sports and just they just were out to kill everything. You know what I mean?
Right.
Like, it's a different era, bro. Like
definitely is.
That's a way different time. Like 10, 15 years ago, she would have been catching even more flack. She wouldn't have ever got any support. But like now that like I think athletes of this time, they kind of took it upon themselves where people are really thinking mental health and like, like
can you hear me?
Yeah, we can hear you.
We can hear you now.
My bad. All right, thank you. Go ahead.
I can be a great athlete, but like at the same time, I'm still human. So it's like I'm not a machine.
Right.
So yeah,
great example. Like, since you're naming great players, Michael Jordan, one of the best to ever play, one of the best to ever live. But he even said himself in his time, he felt he didn't have that platform to speak. And if he did, there would have been whiplash like you're referring to now. And unfortunately for him, that sucks that he felt that he had to be that closed in to where he couldn't express himself. But I think now more so with, like you said, the time of day and age, we are more allowed to speak our minds and, feel what we actually feel and not feel what the world wants you to feel.
Right.
Big facts. Now, what I was going to say isn't actually disrespectful. It's just an observation, if you will. Simone Biles, the greatest gymnast of all time, right? Yeah. Like, and whatever she's done. She even put the GOAT on her sleeve, all that good shit. Inspiration to millions upon millions of little black girls everywhere, right? It's a pressure that she carried, and she carried well. But when it finally got to the biggest stage where they needed to see you perform, pressure got too great. And that's just the price of being the GOAT. So
I mean, she won all that shit before, though.
Right.
Yeah, absolutely. But now she's like on the stage of, how do I put it?
The greatest of the greatest.
Exactly. And she needs to show her dominance still. Where I think her breaking point was, honestly, because I think it was total bullshit, is they said the moves she does, whatever you call those moves, because I'm not that well versed in gymnastics, it's too difficult for the others to try because they might hurt themselves, and we're not going to fairly judge you. They're going to rank her lower. That's her breaking point. Absolutely. You can research that.
The only one that can actually do these particular moves.
And if anybody
that should be a higher score, not a lower.
Right, exactly. They should penalize her for that.
They surely did. They said they're going to score her lower because if somebody else were to try this, they could injure themselves.
Well, that's
that
not
right
fair.
There is what broke her. You
That's
know what
not
I mean?
fair.
It's not fair. Which is why I was like, you know what? She's more than welcome to do that shit. But to the people who were saying, well, she quit, she gave up, fuck you. You know what I mean?
They obviously don't know the background story.
Right.
They're ignorant to the cause, they're ignorant to the thought. And a lot of these people, we got to remember, are keyboard warriors. They ain't never had an athletic day in their life. The most sports they get, and I'm only saying it because you showed the can, it's probably picking up beer cans. That's the most athletic thing they've ever done. But yet they feel the need and they get this insatiable quench to attack others. And to go back to what Marlon was saying a few minutes ago, I myself, had that Mamba mentality, and I've had that whole, man, if you just really, really want it, you can do it. And I had to reel it back in because you got to realize not everybody's built the way you are. Right. Not everybody is built for the same thing that you are. Right. We all have different gifts. We all have different goals. So when we all sit here and try to uphold each other to each other's standards, nobody's ever going to be happy.
That's real talk. That's real talk.
We have to reel that back in.
Imagine you knowing you're the best in the world, you knowing whatever you do, nobody can replicate. And they're like, well, that's not fair.
So we're gonna penalize you for it.
Right. But she can take
Imagine
solace in knowing that nobody can do her move.
But
you got a move
knowing that
cannot
she
be
will
copied.
not, she will not get what she deserves, which is the gold medal.
Exactly.
Because that's what really did it. Like, I would pull out too. You know what I mean? She that's not fair. Like, okay, I'm not going to perform at my best because my best nobody else can do, and you're going to penalize me for that. Peace the fuck out. Right. These Olympics.
Why would you show your expertise if you're not going to be treated fairly?
Exactly.
Because they could have practiced just like she did
and advanced her moves.
Right.
It's not her fault that others can't compete with her. That's why you have the Olympics, for the best of the best.
Right.
And she just proved that. And the Olympic Committee, you dropped the motherfucking ball on this one. I was utterly disgusted. And I don't like that you accepted that she stepped out because of what y'all did to her.
Right.
You know what I mean?
The box that they tried to put her in.
Yeah.
I was 100% right.
We're limiting our Olympians now. We're saying you can be good, but you can't be great. Come on.
Exactly.
Right.
Come on.
Essentially, people are watching.
You can throw the discus 200 yards while everybody else can only do 100. We got the minus 50 for that.
Right, exactly. Come on, man. That's idiotic. That's not right.
Or like
if you don't believe me, go back and look. Go back
USA,
about 6 days.
We know y'all can put up 140 points a game while everybody else has only put up 65 and 70. So we're going to do a minus 30 to cover the under and over.
Right. I mean, you have these people have been training all their lives to get to this point. They have been having back-breaking practices and going all out, spending all kinds of money to do this, to get to this platform. And then they get there and they excel, and you're going to say, well, because you're greater than everybody else, we got to penalize you? That's not what the Olympics should be about. That's not what sports should be about at all. I just don't agree. I just think that they are wrong. They are very wrong. And
they really are.
Go ahead.
Plus, she's one of the handful of athletes that people actually watch the Olympics for. Like, there's only a few like her, like Michael Phelps when he was doing shit, like Carl Lewis, those type of athletes. She's one of those. Like, we don't give a fuck about all that other shit. So you trying to limit her, like you just taking away from the fans, really.
Exactly.
Now, Jared, what's your favorite sport?
My favorite sport is football, all day, every day.
Now, imagine you're a quarterback of a team, and you can throw the ball 100 yards and own the money every time, right? But they say,
do that anyway.
Hey, shut up, man. They say, hey, man, this is too consistent. This is too great. You can't throw the ball until you get past the 50. You can't do it. Yeah, because if somebody else were to try this, Jared, they gonna hurt themselves, or it's not gonna work. That's not fair.
Why is that my issue?
Exactly.
Why is that my issue that they can't do what I'm able to do? Shouldn't you guys be
people to understand that,
not bringing that down?
I need people to understand that is a bunch of bullshit, and the Olympic Committee really fucked up. Really fucked up. Because now, if they enforce that rule on you, Jared, as a quarterback, what are you going to do?
It's going to be real hard for me to continue playing too. Legit. And everybody knows I love and live and breathe football. But for you to tell me that I can't do something because I'm better at it than everybody else, what mind state are you asking me to be in?
Exactly. Hence why we have her saying fuck this shit. It's not working. Yeah.
That's too hard. Okay, so I can't do my go-to move. So now I got to practice other moves that I know the other professionals can do. So what if they do it a split second faster, or they land it a split second cleaner? They gonna beat me because I had to go down to their level?
Right.
Exactly.
How is that fair?
Yeah, that's what I'm like, yo.
Actually, and this goes along with it. I could get hurt downplaying my skill set.
True.
Which is why she
like everyone else.
She dropped a video of her trying to do what the others can do, but she just couldn't. Like, she had the mental block. She couldn't do. She had the twisties, is what they called it. Yeah, I mean, she was like, she couldn't land. So it's like they fucked her up, and
That's
that's
crazy.
Right.
we might never see her get back to the way she was.
Serena
Until they
Williams.
change her rule.
We don't like the fact that you can serve at 119. You gonna have to bring it down to 105 with everybody else. The fastest serve, but you can't do that because people can't return your shots.
Yeah, don't limit greatness.
Steph Curry, you can only shoot mid-range and layups.
Yeah,
because not everybody else has the shot that you have.
Right.
Patrick Mahomes, you could throw out of a stadium, but you can't throw nothing more than a 5-yard button hook or a screen pass because not everybody else can do that.
If anything, they should use that as inspiration for the other athletes to aspire to and become better at, greater. You know,
Right.
that would make the competition even better.
Exactly.
Let me give you the perfect example. Tony Hawk was the first person to do the 900 twists, right?
Yeah.
That's 3 rotations. They didn't say, hey, Tony, because, you know, you're the only person who can do this, you can't do that in competition no more. The 900 is not even shit anymore. Motherfuckers are knocking that out and doing 1080s and carrying on and double backflips, triple backflips, and so on. They made it so they can do what Tony Hawk does and do something better.
Right. That's how
the competition evolved.
Exactly.
You know who this should hurt? Think of every Nike commercial you've ever watched. Who do they have in them? All the stars at the peak of their profession.
Great point. Yep. Great point.
And now you take every star at the peak of the profession and say, you can't do what makes you best. Who's your spokesman now? Everybody?
Exactly.
Nobody?
Right.
Anybody?
Me, I'm the spokesman.
Nike. It's one of those things where it's that you're teetering on insanity for things that they nitpick at to try to minimize people. And it's in I don't know how far this goes, and I apologize if I'm taking it overboard. But let's be real. We got 4 black men on this podcast to minimize us. There was that soccer player. I think she's a goalie. Ramana. I can't think of her name. The color hair.
From the US. Yeah.
He was bragging about taking THC or TAD or whatever they are.
CBD.
And there was nothing wrong with that. Nothing wrong with that. Didn't kick her out. Didn't say, oh, you can't play in the next 3 soccer games. None of that. But then you got one.
Technically, THC isn't in CBD though, so it's not like she's doing marijuana. Like it's mostly like the oils and shit. But go ahead.
Right. But they also said that they were taking the track star out of it because weed could boost her.
No.
She was rolling up now. Let's not get back.
I mean, but at the same time, we gotta and this is where I hated it because they're taking the humanity out of it. Her mom literally died the day before.
Okay.
Wow.
Yeah.
Okay.
And she said, I had no other release. What was it better for her? To go out on the town and get drunk? I have no better release but to sit there to process that and basically smoke a blunt. And they kicked her out for 30 days, y'all.
Wow.
For one blunt after her mother passed. Have one of them judges on that panel have their mom pass. See if they're still in the right mindset to sit there and go judge over 300 Olympians, let alone walk down the pathway without even crying.
Right.
This woman did study not 4 years because remember we had a break. It was supposed to happen last year. 5 years for this opportunity.
Right.
And you take because of a blunt because that's going to boost her performance.
Yeah.
Right.
We agree that's a tragedy.
Let's just to wrap it up. Just stop limiting greatness. You know what I mean?
Right.
That's it. Right, bro.
Right.
All right. Next up, we got the baby, the rapper the baby. He's coming under fire because of his his Rolling Loud performance. He had a rant that was pretty homophobic and misogynistic, and he said some crazy shit. And the gay community, they've been on his ass like ever since.
I've been seeing it all over Twitter.
He kind of half apologized, but then he kind of like didn't really, and like he's been kind of doubling down on it. And now people writing think pieces about the alpha black male and hip hop is destroying this and that. What are your thoughts on how they're trying to take one moment of ignorance and make it about everybody? Because even like Little Nas X, there's been people kind of talking about his new video and saying, he's doing too much, but people have been saying that's homophobia. What are your thoughts on that?
Oh, okay. I thought that was a slave video.
Nah. He had naked men twerking in a jail.
Oh wow.
I mean, and he's openly gay, so I mean, but like,
yeah.
I think some feel that it was just a little extra, like, especially for somebody that kind of started with a kid song, essentially.
Right.
That's how he kind of blew up. Are you able to criticize gay people without being homophobic? What are your thoughts on?
No, you sure the fuck can't, because it's going to be taken like when black people get criticized by non-black people. Now the person who said it is racist. It's a double-edged sword. It sucks.
Right. It really is.
Motherfuckers can't take constructive criticism in any way, shape, or form. If you say
not
anything,
today.
not today, no. If you say anything, quote unquote, out of line against a certain community, you're labeled an enemy of that community. That's fucked up.
Right.
That's real fucked up.
That's not fair though. Like Janet, when her titty popped out at Super Bowl, they came down on her.
Right.
And like a lot of people,
like she did that on purpose.
She got blacklisted for a while.
Yeah.
But like that wasn't viewed as people being like misogynistic towards a woman. It was like, oh, she did too much. She crossed the line. So I mean, if Little Nas X, if he wants to be gay, but that's cool, man. But like, I think people have kind of the right. If he's doing a little too extra, it's like, all right, that's a bit much. I mean,
you're limiting my creativity, and you're an enemy of the LGBTQ. I think all those letters community, and we can do as much as you can. But we always said is you're doing too much. Think about who Lil Nas X's fans are.
Right. Base. Right. Who buys his stuff?
Right. Yeah.
Exactly.
Prepubescence. You understand me? I'd be damned if I bring back, Lil Nas X anything, and he got, that type of. So I don't know.
Unfortunately,
if you say one thing, you're fucked. You say the other thing, you're fucked. I don't know.
And it's maybe I'm overthinking it, and if I am, I know you gentlemen, and I just met you, but I respect you because Orlando brought you in, so obviously there's something that he knows about you. I feel the way that the world is today, it's leading us into chaos. Like literally, there's no walls now. There's no boundaries for anything.
Right.
And there's no consequence for anything except for we're gonna point our finger at him. We're gonna point our finger at her. That's it. This whole cancel culture thing. Like imagine, and I'm assuming you're a little older. Imagine that this mentality today when we were growing up.
Yeah.
And we thought we were wild as kids. I mean, granted, you, me, Marlon, we were in the house most of the time, really, for the most part. But we thought that was wild in our day and generation. Now imagine the freedoms of today, back then, from middle school to high school.
Right.
The way these parents talk to their kids. With the way these kids talk to their parents. I'd be in public places all the time, and the mom would be like, hey, come over here. And then little Timmy would be like, shut up, mom. Or shut the fuck up, Pops. Or shut the fuck up, Paul. You're not my real dad. And it's like, I wouldn't have had a mouth after that.
Right, exactly.
If I thought to say that, I wouldn't have had a mouth.
Right.
So the freedom, just from that small instance, to, like you said, and this is another thing, I had a conversation with somebody, and I don't think they liked what I said. I said, look, if you want to be gay, straight, whatever, do you. I'm happy for you. Love yourself.
Right.
But that doesn't mean you have to, like, I don't want to say shove it, because then a lot of people will be like, oh, you're anti this or homophobic or whatever. But you try to force feed it to us. If it's there and we see it, cool. That's fine. I don't reject you for it. Be you. But this whole, we got to be open to anything and everything and all the time, and there should be no rules, and everybody run around like animals. So what are you setting us up for? What are you setting us up for? When we're 70 and 80, there will be no Boundaries, there will be no rules, there will be no laws.
Right.
It's just going to be chaos.
It's going to be a free-for-all.
Right.
Exactly.
The big and strong survive. The funny survive. The popular and famous survive. Everybody else who just wants to be here and live their lives and be happy, where does that leave us?
Right.
Happens.
They don't want you to have an opinion.
Right.
So it's like the world we're living in today is about acceptance and being sensitive. You know, you can't rightfully go out there and voice your opinion about any group or anybody without being criticized about it, without being blamed, without being ostracized about it. And that's not right, because that's not what America was built upon. Right. You know, it's freedom of speech, man.
Right.
We all should be able to say and speak our minds in a tactful manner. Let's say it that way.
Yeah.
We shouldn't be judged because we don't agree or we don't have the same opinion as somebody else.
Yeah.
And to speak on your part, J-Ro, about the parenting, you know, back when I was coming up, just like you alluded to, you know, we had fear of our parents. We had fear of saying the wrong thing or doing the wrong thing. Nowadays, we got parents trying to be best friends with their kids. And you can't do that. You just can't do that. Because they lose their respect for you. They think that they can talk to you like they talk to their homie that they're playing video games with.
Exactly.
We equal. Yeah.
You know, and we can't do that. Our world is in despair, man. It's in a place where it's not good, and it's only gonna get worse.
I'm praying every day.
Exactly.
I pray every day, man. Government, my people, my fam. Most of my people are my fam, but I'm praying every day, man, just for safety, like right off top.
Now, like you had alluded to, like, you know, it's freedom of speech. The problem with us having so much freedom of speech is there are people who are saying things that are inspiring people to incite violence upon another group.
Right.
That's why
exactly.
To, like, you said tackle, people heard attackful. You know what I mean?
Right.
And that's why we have what we have today, because people keep talking, oh, I don't agree, violence on whoever I don't agree with. That's not right. You're just supposed to have an opinion. It should, excuse me, but you shouldn't be able to or shouldn't want to harm someone because of your different views. That's just fucking ignorant. That's the definition of ignorance right there. Like, you don't believe in or you don't think how I think, I want to harm you. Now, I'm not here to point the finger, but we know who we, you know what I mean?
Yeah. Let's be real, because what the baby said, that was some hateful shit. But like, I follow like Sadat X and Brand Nubian on Instagram, and he had you know, conversations about Little Nas X. He was like, you know what, he cool, but it's just like that was just too much, man. Like, the kids, they could see certain shit, like, and he wasn't even talking about his sexuality. He just saying, like, bro, like, even if that was like women oiled up in the damn jail cell, you know, pregnant, it's too much. You know, if you started as a singer that popped off of a song that was made famous by kids. Right. You know, there's nothing wrong with saying that, you know what I mean? But like you said, like, people walking on eggshells nowadays, everybody is offended by somebody, you know what I mean?
Exactly. Right. And offense leads to anger. Anger could lead to violence or depression. Depression would lead to, you know, whatever that leads to. So we got to stop offending people, but it's just not possible in this day and age right now due to the effects of social media and the sensitivity of everybody.
Right. Everybody's sensitive, man. Everybody's sensitive nowadays. It's like, oh, how dare you speak about me that way? Or how dare you speak about this group? Okay, how about we all, you know, have some tough skin and live as adults? You know, I don't agree with you. Don't mean that I don't like you or that I want something harmful to happen to you. I just don't happen to agree with how you think and what you're saying.
Yeah, that part.
I'm entitled to my opinion just like you're entitled to yours.
Yeah. And it's just an opinion. You
Exactly.
can't act on opinions unless you're ignorant. So I'll leave it at that. Yeah, I mean, let's move on to the next one. Keep the show
Next
rolling.
one. All right, cool. Your boy Lamar Odom, he been trying to fight everybody. He the swing of things. He about to fight 52-year-old Riddick Bowe,
Dude,
former heavyweight champion. I don't
Look,
know if
man.
he wants that smoke because I know Riddick, he been out the game for a minute, but I mean, if you once you're a boxer, bro, you always got that. It's like picking up a bike. You know what I mean?
I think Vlad set this up. I mean, Riddick Bowe was interviewed very recently after Lamar was interviewed. I think Vlad set it up. That can't be no coincidence, man. I refuse to believe that Aaron Carter also did a Vlad interview, probably right before Lamar did his Vlad interview, and then Riddick Bowe did his Vlad interview. Vlad is behind this. I want to talk to Vlad. Because look at here, man.
I mean, they're trying to get that easy check.
Exactly. I want in on this money. Sign me up. I'm trying to see all this nonsense. You want to beat up on old Riddick Bowe, and he got his brain half fried from all them
Don't get it fucked up.
concussions. Yeah,
Don't get it fucked up. He know how to punch them. Don't get it fucked up.
absolutely. I don't want to fight Riddick Bowe, but I don't want to see him get into a fight with Lamar Odom either. Like, man, just relax.
but let's be real. Okay. This not gonna be a real fight. It's gonna be more or less an exhibition thing where they just get in the ring, throw a few punches here and there, collect it, and go party
That's
out.
true.
I mean,
That's
I don't
true.
really getting hurt, really taking it that seriously. Come on, Riddick Bowe 52. Come on, bro.
I don't know. Lamar looked
might
pretty
have a
serious
flashback.
with Aaron Carter. He looked pretty
Yeah, he was
serious.
trying to fuck Aaron Carter up.
And Riddick, he just seemed like a type like, yeah, he's getting that check, but like he just want to hit something. You know what I mean? Like he seemed like one of them.
We're gonna
Good New
see.
York.
Hell yeah, man. We'll see about that. Jared
You'll
over
see,
there
man.
disappeared, stealing draws out the dryer, so we don't worry about him.
I don't know what to talk about, bro. I'm right here. I'm chilling in my room, as you can see, in my beautiful scenery in the background.
Nah, it's all good. All right.
He's just out there stealing drawers at the laundry room. We know how you get down. Anyway,
All right, we're gonna move on.
Overlooking the ocean.
We're gonna move on to Kyrie. Kyrie Irving just came out, said that his next shoe that's about to be released that is trash. He doesn't agree with it. Pretty much told people not to buy it, and then Nike is forcing his hand by dropping that particular shoe. What's going on with Kyrie? Do y'all think he's trying to burn down his career intentionally?
I would hope that's the case. I mean, the man quit on basketball, disappeared for like a month. He didn't really show up in the playoffs when they needed him most. He's very cryptic and introverted, with his messages on social media and what have you. And then he does this stunt. Bro, if you just want to quit and be a private citizen, that is your business. Retire, move on.
Right.
You're not really making a difference in the game of basketball for me right now anyway. So go on, bro.
You don't want to walk away from that money.
Never
Too much. I personally think that, and I hope not. I hope I'm wrong, but I personally think there's something mentally wrong with Kyrie. Like, there's no way the stuff that he says, the things that, like, when he first said the whole thing about the earth being flat, I thought that was just clickbait. I thought Kyrie was just being goofy. But when he like rolled that out, like nah, and then tried to give examples on why he thought so much, I was just like, all right, bruh, cool. And he wanted to go to Boston. He wanted it out of Cleveland, and he wanted to go to Boston, and he got what he wanted, and he wasn't happy. And I want to go to Brooklyn. Now he's not happy. He needs to go somewhere and sit down and really realize, because he himself said, I think I saw it last year, where he was like, people don't understand how much I love basketball. Well, the way you're acting, the way you carry yourself, the way you dip in and out of seasons, why would we think that? Right. You haven't given us any reason to believe that you still care about basketball. Matter of fact, it's like to the point where now basketball is a side project for you. It's something you can do because you know how to do it, you know it's going to get you money. But you ain't really worried about basketball.
It's like
So
retire and do your real passions that you like.
Right. You want to paint? You want to knit? Like, what's up, dog? Let us know.
Tell me, Will, if you're Nike, would you void his contract after something like that? Because he pretty much went kind of AWOL a little bit and said, hey, don't buy the damn shoe. Like, it's ugly as fuck. I'm not supporting it. It is what it is.
Right.
Would you void his contract because of something like that?
I don't know if I would void his contract, but I know if I was a new team, because he's going to be on a new team in like a year or two. If I was a new team, I would try to have that written in, like mental distress or whatever. You ain't getting paid during those times that you're gone.
Yeah.
Because he's basically been stealing money for like the last 3 or 4 years. Like, you know, and you know, we all look at him and the greatest he can when he's on the court. I don't think anybody has better handles. The only person you can even put up there with him is Steph. And he drops 50 on a night. But again, you know, I feel like a lot of times his 50 could be empty stats, kind of like West, but that's a whole nother conversation.
Did you just call this man the Sam Bradford of the NBA?
No. What I said was he has empty stats a lot of times. This man will drop 50 points.
Money from his franchise.
He definitely did that. Oh, yeah. Now, Sam Bradford, well, first of all, he was able to do that because of you know why. But you know what, Orlando, we're going to run with that, Lando. Yes, he's a Sam Bradford of basketball, dog. He's stealing money right out from under their noses. And don't feel bad about it.
And don't provide the service he's supposed to provide. That's crazy.
And that's why he's stealing. Mm-hmm. He's stealing it clean. Wow. I ain't never seen a cleaner robbery since the Stagecoach days.
Marlon, what you think about it, man, with these shoes?
I mean, it's like, bro, like either if you're gonna take the money, just do the damn job. If not, keep it moving, bro. Like it's just, I don't know. It's like kind of coming off like a diva. You try to be understanding, but it's like you pay like probably $50 million or so by Nike. Just take the money and shut up, or like move on. Don't have a shoe deal.
Exactly.
Big facts.
Has anybody checked the numbers? Like, how much of a hit did Nike take when he said that? Because I know they're not happy.
Because they haven't.
I mean, the shoe didn't get released, so it doesn't matter.
Oh, okay. Because I know that got to be. Ooh, that got to be a hit for sure.
Oh yeah. Tyrese shoes don't really sell anyway, so.
It is the last ones did, but I mean, these ones sure ain't.
I don't even buy Kyrie shoes. I don't even buy Kyrie shoes on the game.
Tragic.
That's facts.
That's funny.
All right, let's move on to something juicy now. We got a couple of celebrities paying a lot of child support and shit. Let's go with the first one. Basketball player T.J. Washington has to pay his ex-girlfriend Brittany Renner, Instagram model and all that. She's pretty famous. $200K a month for the next 18 months because he signed a contract. 18 years because he signed the contract. Also, Kelly Clarkson has to shell out the same amount for her husband for spousal support, child support. Let's talk about Washington first. Like, what do you think? Because, like, with that situation, he was an 18-year-old kid at Kentucky. She would come to the games. She's about 5 or 6 years older than him. 7. And she pretty much seduced this dude, okay? You know, he got in his feelings, got him his first real grown-up relationship. They get together. She gets pregnant. They have a kid, and they're locked in. Now, nowadays, a lot of these new kids, they try to say, oh, well, if you're dating somebody that young, you're grooming. So did she not just groom that kid, knowing he was about to be an NBA player?
Oh, no, she was definitely preying on this man. She knew where he was going. She knew he was going to be somebody in the NBA and get that contract and, you know what I mean, make it happen. And she wanted to be right there with it. because she just got. Don't forget, she had just got shut down by LeVar Ball and the Ball family when she was trying to get after, you know what I mean, Lonzo, was it?
Or was it Melo?
One of
I
the
think it
other.
was Melo. I think it was Melo.
And LeVar saw that shit. He was like, "Oh no!" So the only person smiling in this situation is LeVar Ball. That's what I call good looking out pops.
Right.
You know what I mean?
Right.
Absolutely. Poor PJ Washington, he over there dialing 1-800 help me please, because he got to pay all this money.
Because like LeVar essentially said, like, "Hey, nah, don't be marrying these hoes. Like, just
Right
there.
career,
Especially
or
Raw.
marriage after the game."
Especially
Right.
Raw.
And people came down on him, but like, I mean, you look, his son's teammate, he's stuck in a situation now. It's like, well, he was kind of right. Like, it probably didn't sound like pleasant, but like, the truth is right there.
Exactly.
Right.
Motherfuckers have a real problem with the truth. Shout out Kevin Samuels on that, man. Yeah, motherfuckers have the way the truth is delivered sucks sometimes, but it is still the truth.
The truth,
You know, it is still the truth. So these hoes out here, they still after y'all NBA niggas.
So here's the real deal. This young lady had an agenda, and she achieved her agenda.
Yes.
And this young man did not. I would assume he did not have the right people in his corner to advise him. Maybe he wasn't thinking clearly because
he wasn't thinking at all.
Right, he got jacked, and to sign a monthly payment, a contract for a monthly payment of $200K.
That's like
what?
That's getting a call of bad interest on it.
Yeah, I mean, I think that's just sad. That's just sad, and I hate to see anybody get taken like that. I mean, it's just not right. You know, he should have thought that through. He should have had somebody in his corner to be like, "Hey, man, you want to do that?" You know, something.
Right? Something. My thing is this: who came up with that fucking number? 200,000.
Probably her.
This is a brand new baby. They ain't used to shit.
Right.
They're supposed to provide on a quarter of what the baby is already used to, or the mother is already used to. So what kind of lifestyle was she already being provided?
And you also got to remember the wife is used to, not a girlfriend.
Right.
The wife is used to. You have to maintain that lifestyle for your wife. They were never married.
Right.
Ever. So what kind of lifestyle was she saying I was used to, you know what I mean, or was provided to me to get 200,000 a month?
200 of them things.
200K. 43 million, y'all. When it's all said and done, I did the math in my head. About 43 million.
That's a lot
of that contract.
That's a lot of money for a baby.
Right. Which
that
one of y'all
eating
kids out there in the internet world is worth 43 million? Not a lot. You know what I mean?
Not worth it.
I mean, what? She feeding the baby formula out of gold bottles and stuff? What's really going on?
Man, she's feeding that baby Porsches.
Right. Like, come on, that's not right. And you know this young man has lawyers and probably financial advisors. Where were they?
Yeah, that part.
Because they were cashing their checks from his payment.
That part,
right? Because they still gonna get their cut regardless.
Absolutely. They went for the okie doke on that. Shit.
They said before you
story, y'all.
And who's to say his career is gonna last 18 years and he's gonna be financially able to support this child like that for 18 years? Come on, man.
Cool. He cool, but he ain't getting a max like that. Like it's like
I saw this story earlier today, and I sent it to two different group chats. One, I sent it to me, my homeboy, my homegirl. My homegirl was like, "Well, it's not your money. Why are you mad about it?" The other people, I immediately sent it to my little brother. He's not my little brother, but he's like a little brother to me. I said, "Hey, man, don't you ever do no dumb stuff like this. Don't you sign nothing to nobody.
Right.
Don't you mess with these hoes. Don't you sit here and hit raw. I don't care how good they look. I don't want none of that. I said, because
Right.
I'll beat you myself. Now, this kid is like 6'4", 6'5", like 300 pounds. But I told him because I love him.
Right.
Don't let them tell you nothing. They will tell you something quick. No, dang Jay, she just saw what she looked like. No, I don't care if it's reincarnation of the most beautiful, if Nefertiti or the most beautiful woman in history. No, because then you're going to be like this fool. And like Marlon said, I barely know the dude, and I pay attention to sports. I don't see no max contract in his future. Not $43 million worth.
Nope.
And no matter if he's
43.
Right. And the thing with that is, I lost my train of thought. But whether he has his job or not, he still has to pay that.
Exactly.
So he better stay healthy and he better practice. Matter of fact, when he's not holding his baby, he better be shooting the basketball or dunking the basketball. That's all he should be worried about for at least the next 10 to 12 years.
Absolutely.
Because he got problems coming.
Man.
Absolutely.
He got problems coming. And then let's say he has kids with somebody else.
Ooh.
What, he gonna have to pay
shit.
too?
Yeah.
I'm gonna be real. You just hurt my feelings with that one.
Sure.
You hurt my feelings with that one. I'm just thinking
you
about the
looking
43 million.
in the dark over there, brother. What's going on?
Man, I'm sorry about the lighting, man. I'm trying to get it right.
But
Y'all gotta think about this though. Oh, sorry. Go ahead, Mar.
People aren't keeping the same energy because, on the other hand, Kelly Clarkson, big pop star, she got to pay the same shit. It's like, why she got to support a man?
Right.
Well, I mean, why she got to do this? Why she got to do that? That's her money. Like, I mean, it's like if it's good for the goose, it's good for the gander, right?
Gander,
like,
right.
My man, say that again. You know what I mean? Shit.
Right.
Don't let these women.
Nobody should be robbed like that, though, man. Come on, that's just
shit. You gonna rob one, might as well rob them all. You know what I mean? If you in that situation,
suppose you was in that situation. Suppose it was the $200K coming out of your pocket every month.
Okay, as long as the person who has my same situation is getting robbed like I'm getting robbed, I guess that's the standard.
That's why I've always had the thing. Not if I come into money. When I come into money, if I decide to date or marry, suicide or prenup, or we not getting married, because you ain't taking half of nothing from me.
I hear you.
You ain't taking half of nothing from me, baby or not. Matter of fact, if you so worried about that baby being supported, the baby can stay with me. The baby will have everything they need and want, and you can go on. Because I'm not supporting your lifestyle, and you trying to say, oh, but it's for the kid. No, it's not. This kid from, like Orlando said, from the little sperm till about 9, 10 years old, don't know what material is. The only thing they know is what you show them.
Right.
But you want me to give you that much money from start till the halfway mark?
Right.
And then some of them take it a step further and be like, oh, well, yeah, the kid's 18, but now we got to pay for college. And, technically they still a kid if they living under my roof. So you still got to continue to pay me.
Right. Now look at it from this aspect, okay? Suppose they don't work out. She get another man.
Mm-hmm.
Okay. So this cat gonna be paying for his child and that other man and her as well.
Motherfucking
gonna break that dude off. He gonna be having Rolexes and all kinds of stuff.
Right.
We're gonna have an OJ situation.
Ain't
that the glove don't fit.
That's essentially what happened with Kobe's mother-in-law. She was living with Kobe. He was taking care of her, and she was still getting support from her ex. It's like, chick, you in a mansion. Like what you need support for?
I can't. Like you said earlier, man, I'm a Kobe fan, so I hold that dear to my heart. But the way that mama came out the woodworks with that, oh, well, he said he was going to take care of me. I think 30 to 50 million would suffice. This man ain't even cold in the ground yet. And you already coming for his money. Already?
Yeah, well, people can be shifty, man. People can be real shifty, especially when you toss money in there. People, they be about themselves.
That's why I said you put money in a room full of people, you'll find out who your friends are real fast.
Yeah,
real fast.
Real fast.
Exactly.
All right, We'll leave it at that, man. What's next, Marlon? What we got?
Let's move on to some this or that. How about that?
Hey, let's do
it. All right, my brother. This or that. What you rolling with? Creamy peanut butter or crunchy peanut butter?
Gotta go crunchy.
Crunchy.
Well, you know what? Dude, I gotta go with the creamy, man. I don't want to be crunching on man, I gotta go creamy.
I'm going with the creamy peanut butter. Because if I'm biting into my peanut butter and jelly sandwich and something try to bite me back, fuck out of here, man. What are you talking about, G?
Right. I'm sorry, man. Crunchy peanut butter look like baby shit. I'm sorry.
But it tastes like heaven.
I'm
going
right. Right.
Man,
when you have the right peanut butter to nut combination, ain't nothing better.
I remember them days when I was like, I had a little extra money, like, fuck that smooth, creamy shit. I'm gonna get the crunch. Right. I'm gonna throw my strawberry jelly on that bitch, and go to work.
I do agree. It has to be strawberry jelly.
You eating doo-doo at that point.
I'm definitely a grape. I'm a grape guy. I'm a grape guy. And when we didn't have grape in the house, PB and syrup, baby.
Oh yeah, that syrup hit, yeah.
Man.
Yeah, that's a hit. But definitely you eat crunchy peanut butter, you dumb motherfuckers.
Hey, I got some in the cabinet right now. Don't hate on it, brother.
And it look like doo-doo in a jar.
Tastes like heaven. It sounds like we split with that one though.
Yeah, we gonna split on that one, G.
Right. All right. Y'all look like some blind motherfuckers, so let's just roll with it. What y'all rolling with? If you was blind, you going with glasses or would you prefer contacts?
Glasses. I don't want nothing on my eyes.
I agree. Definitely glasses, man. I'm not putting nothing in my eyes.
I would probably use the contacts. I already look, fantastic with no glasses on my face.
So that's how we know he need glasses. Nah, Lando, I'll fuck with you.
Yeah, fuck you. But I prefer the contacts. Boy, that shit like that. Yeah,
Do we have enough time for a side question, Mark? Do we have enough time for a side question?
Yeah. Let me say this real quick. Yeah, right. I'm probably rolling with glasses, contacts that dry my eyes. But what you got?
Yeah.
I was gonna say, Lando, since you're the only one who chose contacts, you going natural eye color or you gonna do some colored stuff?
Oh, natural eye color. I ain't with that.
Yeah, I'm judging.
I'm not about faking the funk. I look how I look.
I'm showing fuchsia eyes like
because I know somebody, I ain't gonna put no names out there. But the first time I noticed that this nigga, I walked to this nigga's house, he had hazel eyes, and I'm like, nigga, your eyes have not always been that color. You got contacts on. He's like, nah. I was like, oh, so I'm just stupid now, right? I ain't known your ass 10 plus. All right, that's cool. The next time I got to audacity after green, I was like, nigga, now I know you wearing contacts.
Why you all up in the nigga's face? Oh, yeah.
You got to be in a nigga's face to see his eye color?
It's
I'm just saying.
So you definitely is blind. Lando, we need to go get you checked, dog. That's the second thing you just said tonight. That lets me further know you might need some glasses, dog.
Nah, man.
And, plus
I'm just never in the nigga face like that.
You can be stylish with them, man. Contacts are dude. They just whatever. You got to deal with trying to get that stuff in your eyes.
Yeah. On the finger.
Oh, man. Yeah. Glasses.
Stop being scary.
Mm-hmm.
Shit.
I'm good. About putting crazy shit in my eyes.
I'm good off of that.
Don't be foolish.
Man, nut up. Shit. Put some goddamn.
Ain't got time to be doing all this and all that. We just put these on and we roll.
Until you sit on them and break them. Or lose them. Somebody punch you in your shit and break them because, Then you got to wear glasses.
First of all, we all too old to be out here fighting anyway. Why somebody punching me?
I'm just saying. With glasses, got to deal with things. And then with this mask we gotta wear, you gotta wear the mask and you breathing, your shit all fogged up.
I, what would you prefer, a personal maid or a personal chef?
Chef.
Oh,
Maid,
definitely a chef.
I'm
I
going
got a
chef.
person maid. Chores are tiring, and I don't be wanting to do them. You know what I mean? I can cook for myself. I mean, but I mean, it's not that I don't like cleaning up because I don't, but I'm just saying, like, I just rather have somebody else do it. It's more fun. Like, go ahead and handle
No, man.
Man, just toss that stuff in the closet.
Right.
that.
Having a chef, they just making bomb ass food, whatever you want. Like,
All over the world.
Right.
yeah.
What do you want? I want some Thai tonight. All right, sir. I got you some Thai. All right, cool.
Yeah.
So
Who you
Orlando,
hiring?
what you're saying is, okay, you rather have Molly Mays than Gordon Ramsay?
Absolutely.
Exactly.
No way, bro. No way.
Hell nah. I'm good. Gordon, what we having tonight, dog?
That's
I
right.
can cook. I don't.
But you can't cook like Gordon Ramsay.
No, you can't. He gonna cook you the most amazing, whatever.
Why can't I? He has all his recipe books and whatnot on the internet. I can cook just like him.
No, you can't. No, you
Yes, I
can't.
can too. All his shit is out there for you to download and
Boy,
shit. Shit.
I'm surprised you to follow the recipe and you taste it, you be like, I don't know about that.
Yeah, that must mean I picked some seafood or something because everything I cook is delicious.
So Lando, I got a question then. If you could cook like Gordon, why the hell you working where you work?
Because I don't want to cook for everybody.
Then you
But-
cook for yourself. Bingo.
Alright.
Bingo.
Exactly.
All right.
Sure.
I don't want to cook for myself at the time, man. After a long day at work, I hate the fact that sometimes on my way home, I got to stop at a fast food place or something to get something to eat because I don't want to cook when I get home. It'd already be like 7:30 at night.
Right.
Nah, I'm good. Let me just, if I walk to my house and Gordon Ramsay is throwing something down in the kitchen, Gordon, what's up? And when you're done, we're going to eat this and have a couple of drinks, bro.
Right.
And then you
let's
gotta
talk
wash
about the
all
day.
his pots and pans.
I don't give a fuck. Nigga, I'm full.
No, you don't. Because if you got a chef, I'm sure you can afford to have a maid to clean that stuff up. So why
No, see, that's not the question. The question is, would you rather have a personal chef or the personal maid?
I can clean my own stuff. I don't need nobody handling my clothes but me. I don't need nobody to have to clean my house but me. But cooking, I'll definitely take the cooking.
Just imagine
I'm
you
not somebody who
come
can cook
home.
food all over the world. I can't cook Thai. I'm
Just
not cooking Chinese. I'm not cooking Mexican.
Your house clean, your laundry done, your bed made, your motherfucking everything good. Like you ain't.
See,
never
I know
got
I can cook. I mean, I know I can clean.
Right.
But I can cook enough. But to have,
and then after
you gotta think about that, Orlando.
You ain't clean.
You gotta think about this though, dog. You could have any cuisine from around the world. The world, my dog. The world. Any food you can think of. You send Gordon a text ahead of time and you gonna have it ready when you walk in, steaming on your counter.
Right. I get a better satisfaction of food from shit that I cook personally.
There's no way.
What he gonna cook you over there having ramen noodles and hot dogs, play?
That's that. See, you're limited your thought process tonight. You're limited in that shit. You're not gonna sell me on this because look, if I cook it and I'm fucking it up, and then somebody else got to clean it up, fuck out of here. I'm with that.
All right. Let's move on. Would you rather be left on red, like on a text message, or would you rather have a dry conversation with somebody over text message?
Would you rather have? I would rather have dry.
Because obviously we're always rather have a dry conversation just for that. But what is worse is probably the dry conversation. Honestly.
Really?
Because if it's dry, you're pretty much wasting your time. It's not going anywhere. It's just a dry ass.
But at least for me, I would rather have the dry conversation because at least you're willing to talk somewhat. You read my shit and left it on red, which means I'm not important enough for you to respond back.
Right. But they telling you how they
kill me. Not kill me. That hurts more to me than you having a dry conversation. Because at least I'm enough for you to respond. It might not be the kind of conversation we want, but that can build up or it can build down. Just no response pretty much lets you know they're not fucking with you.
Move on. I'd rather know how people feel about me, bro. Like, so I prefer the red being on red because it's like, okay, I get where I stand with you. Cool.
Right.
Dry
Exactly.
conversation, yeah, you wasting time, bro. Like,
Right.
I'll
My
talk to you
time is
later. You
more
ain't got shit to
valuable
say.
than okay, hi, bye,
Yeah.
Right.
cool, okay, it's whatever. What you doing? No, fuck all
Yeah.
that. If you don't fuck with me like that, don't keep like you know what I mean, feed me
Right.
tidbits like you trying to fuck with me. I'm out.
No,
Just leave me on
I-
red. All right,
I
bet.
get both
see.
sides of it.
I'm gone.
And I definitely agree with what you and Marlon are saying on that too. The dry conversation does suck. But I feel like the question is, and maybe I'm misunderstanding it, but it says, which one would you rather have or not have? And I would rather take the dry convo over being ignored. That's my personal preference.
I agree.
That's my personal preference.
If you just left on red, there is no conversation.
Right.
Right. So what's the point?
Yeah.
But
You know,
I feel more offended having dry conversation because it's like, especially you one wording me, you make
Right.
it seem
Exactly.
like I'm being a hindrance and like
Yeah. I hate that feeling too. Yeah.
Like I can get off the phone. Like I don't need to talk to you if you ain't
Right.
giving me nothing to go off of. Like
Right.
Right.
so
I mean,
yeah,
but you never know the circumstances though. Maybe they're busy. Maybe they don't have time. Maybe, that's why you get those one word answers. Or
Hey,
maybe that's
say that.
why you left on red until they can get to you.
Say that.
that's true as
Like,
well.
I don't take being
say
on
that.
red like too serious. Like, but if it happens a couple of times, it's like, all right, cool. But like, just say, hey, I'll get back to you. Something.
True.
Right.
So.
True.
That
True.
part right there.
I agree.
So I guess we gonna split.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah, we're gonna
Unless-
flow on that.
All right, bet.
All right. What y'all rolling with? Denny's or IHOP?
Hey,
Because of my
tell
childhood,
y'all something.
okay. This for me is situational.
Uh-oh.
If we go in childhood, both my boys know after a long night out, partying, movies, whatever, 3, 4 in the morning, we at Denny's. Denny's was just a spot. We all met up at Denny's before we went home. Denny's was a spot. But if you want to go better food, I kind of feel like that's situational too. Because I don't think Denny's breakfast is as good as IHOP's breakfast. So,
Bingo.
so that's why I said you got to, it's very, very situational. But if we're going straight off the top, just one or the other,
Yes.
I got to go Denny's because it has more variety.
All right. Well,
Look,
I'm gonna go IHOP all the way because I'm about the taste of the food and variety is cool, but if your food don't taste that good, what's the point? I'm an IHOP kind of guy. I just love IHOP. I take them over any day.
Right.
I'm going with IHOP all day. Look, man, Denny's, it's cool, but when it comes to the quality, Denny's is like Jack in the Box if you got time to sit the fuck down. That's what it is. You know what I mean?
All right.
Denny's, you only go to Denny's when you fucked up and shit. I gotta, sit here and sober up for a second before they get me at the checkpoint. IHOP, quality is better, the service is better, the ingredients is better. I'm rolling with IHOP, man.
Yeah, I'm gonna hop on.
I'm not even mad about it.
All right, look at here, man. Fuck both of them. I'm going Waffle House. I'm going to Waffle House.
All right.
I didn't know we could go out of it. Oh,
I
damn.
feel at home with Waffle House.
We can't. We be in the
I need a late night fight. I need, a crackhead singing in the corner right there. I need
go to the Denny's on Spring Street. You get all that.
Oh no.
Spring Street Denny's
on the grill, cooking, my eggs hard and shit. I just need that experience. I mean, what if I had to choose between them two? I'm probably going IHOP because I don't know. Denny's kind of the prices rose a little bit over the years. It used to be cheaper. It used to be a little bit more affordable, but now there's no point in going to Denny's when you can just go to IHOP for the same price point.
Right.
Yeah.
So I'm going IHOP.
Better service. Absolutely. You know what I mean? And honestly, like I said, yes, you are right, Marlon. If Waffle House is thrown in there, I'm going there because that shit is one delicious, two entertaining.
Yeah,
But if you need a mini Waffle House experience, everybody, just go to the Spring Street Denny's right there, man. About 2:30 in the morning, you get exactly what we're talking about, man. Got somebody
Don't
out there
disrespect
fighting.
Waffle House like that.
Please.
Don't disrespect Waffle House like that. Fuck Spring Street.
We got thrown out of the Spring Street Denny's because motherfuckers want to be arguing with bitches in the thing and fighting outside. And we didn't have nothing to do with it, but we got put out. Like, what the fuck? And yeah, no.
Guilty by association.
You should at least get to finish your meal.
Nope.
They give you to-go boxes.
Right.
It's like, y'all got to go. Like,
So they robbed y'all. Damn.
Every time I went to Waffle House, I always left for the story because
there you go.
This is that memorable. If y'all never been, you need to make the pilgrimage to your nearest Waffle House.
I've been to the Waffle House in Atlanta, Georgia, right next to the Hilton.
I've been to many of them in Atlanta, Georgia.
I was only there for a little while, you know what I mean? So like,
I
went to that one in the Hilton Hotel. Absolutely. Okay. Yeah, but I went to the one in the Hilton Hotel right next door, and I saw some stuff. Experienced a few things, you know what I'm saying?
Right.
Yeah. Right. But the food was hitting.
Exactly.
Yeah, I've been to the Waffle House in Virginia, and yeah, it's always good time there. Always.
All right, what else we got, Mark? Looks like we all win IHOP on that one, except for Jared, dummy. And then
what happened? What else?
Last one. Would you rather have wet socks or what's worse, wet socks or socks with no elasticity and it's slipping down halfway on your foot?
I'm going socks because I had to deal with it, especially in my profession. I'm going with which one is worse, the sliding down sock, because by the end of the day or by the midday, it's right there underneath your heel. And sometimes you ain't got time to take a shoe off and readjust that motherfucker and pull it back up. Wet socks, because I've had to work in the rain so many times, eventually you stop feeling the wetness. It just numbs and goes away. But you can't get over.
Because your whole body's wet, so you don't notice it.
Yeah, you get so cold and wet, the socks just become ignored to you. But when the sock is caught and it's under your heel or like halfway on, halfway off, you got to sit there and readjust that motherfucker like every 15 minutes. That is annoying and time consuming. So I'm definitely going with the half folded sock.
You know what? Initially I was gonna go with the wet sock, but you know you bring up a valid point. So yeah, that is very annoying. So I'm gonna roll with you on that because nobody had time to be pulling up these socks, especially if you wearing boots and stuff or whatever.
Mm-hmm.
You gotta unlace them, James. And
like no matter what shoe you got on, that shoe is not gonna keep that sock up.
Right, exactly.
Marlon?
Man, I think wet socks are worse. Because with them, the slipping ones, they're annoying as fuck, don't get me wrong. But like, I mean, I'll take that motherfucker off and just throw it on. But like, with that wet sock, especially when like you ain't gonna be home in a few hours, like, it gets to you. You know what I mean? Like your foot all soggy, especially if it's a good shoe. You're like, shit, my shoe gonna be stinking because it's damn wet sock. You know what I mean? So I mean, yeah, wet socks, they're worse.
All right.
Gonna be all messed up.
Yeah. I think I'm gonna go wet sock too, man. Cause look, let's say you just, put your socks on, you just got out the shower, and you getting dressed, and you put your socks on, oh, I forgot something. You walk in there and the floor is still like you just fucked up your whole. You know what I mean? You just stepped in you gotta change your socks. Maybe you didn't have enough sock laundry to go. That was your last
your last pair.
You're just sitting there contemplating life, like, do I really even deserve this? Just like, what did I do to have wet socks today? And then what do you do about it? You know what I mean?
You know how you avoid that though? Is you dry off in the bathtub before you step out.
Ooh.
Hey man. We ain't all got good
So
sense like
now
that.
we know what kind of house etiquette you got when you take a shower at somebody's house. You that nigga to leave water and puddles all over the floor.
That's not true at all.
He the
That's
motherfucker that make the carpet all soggy in the bathroom.
Right.
Oh, I'll be laying the towel down. Like, I'll lay the towel down.
Nah, you don't, because if you did, you wouldn't have no wet sauce when you walk back in there.
Right.
You don't know what the last motherfucker did or what happened. I mean, something happened.
He got wet footprints in the carpeting.
Yeah, exactly.
Man, who has carpet in the bathroom?
Right, motherfucker?
Right. That's why you drive before you get out.
Right.
Hey, man, don't nobody be having carpet in their bathroom, bro. So
No, I got carpet in my bathroom and it's never wet.
Your room. That's what I mean.
Yeah.
No, I don't be doing
You
that.
done been to my house, Lando. There's a carpet
Yeah,
right
I
there
know.
in front of my bathtub and it's never wet. And I take showers all the fucking time.
See, you
I
one of them
wouldn't know.
motherfuckers, they drop ice in the kitchen, then kick it under the
All right,
fridge.
so what
Oh,
I'm experiencing
no.
right
One of
now
them
is
motherfuckers.
Here
No.
goes Lando.
Man,
all right, I'm about to
nice
see
though.
dry
you.
wash, bro.
I'm
Sound
about
like
to
you
see
need
you.
It'll eventually dry up. That's Lando's top press. It'll eventually dry up.
You need
Oh,
dry
hell
wash
no.
in a bottle, bro.
I'm gonna see you in about an hour and whoop your ass. You, I'm gonna see eventually we're gonna have some words. I ain't gonna beat you up. And you, motherfucker, up in the top right corner, I'm gonna whoop your ass when I see you.
Hey, just do me a favor though. Before you come whip my ass, dry your
I
feet
didn't
up.
say you. I said we just gonna have some words. We ain't gonna-
He said, "Don't bring no wet feet to his house,
Right,
dog."
don't be wetting up my carpeting.
Shit, move on. Was that the last one? Shit, get out of here, man.
Yeah. All right. Top
Fuck y'all.
5. Now we did
Let's
top
go.
5. We did top 5 TV crushes before, but we're gonna open it up. Give me top 5 crushes from the 80s and 90s.
Ooh, 80s
So there's
and
a lot of variety.
All right, so
Lots of variety.
let's see. I feel like if I don't name a black woman first, I'm gonna get in trouble.
No,
So
do
I'm gonna go Stacey Dash, Sidney Crawford, J-Lo, Regina Hall.
Mm.
Oh, I love her. Yeah.
Regina Hall is bad than a
I love them
mother.
both.
And I'm gonna have to go with, and it's funny that I'm saying this, but I'm picturing her in my head right now. I'm gonna have to go with Jada Pinkett.
She was. Yeah. Jada was that chick.
Yeah.
For a little weird. Then she got weird. And I was like, all right.
Right.
Yeah, she did get weird
Marlon,
because Tupac.
I love Will Smith to death, but that whole family weird.
Bruh.
Yeah.
I love Will Smith to
They
death,
different.
man. Yeah, definitely.
They
Yeah.
Y'all
definitely
remember that one song that Jaden came out with when he was talking about me and Willow in the living room getting real comfortable. Niggas was like,
See, I think the rest of them are eccentric. Jada, she weird. She just weird. Like Jada's weird. I don't know what happened.
right.
Tupac went away. That's what happened.
Not the Tupac, no.
You know what I mean? She had to figure it out. My connection to the streets. Oh no. You know what I mean?
Who you got, Lando? Let Will think on it a little bit. Who you got?
All right.
You need to think on it, Uncle Will, or you want to go?
No, handle your business. Go ahead.
All right, so I'm going with my very first crush and the top crush, Aaliyah. Everybody, Aaliyah Dan Harden.
That's
Come
good.
on, now.
Yeah. Aaliyah was a bad one. That
Yeah,
was
I'm
my
my
baby.
baby right there.
Yeah.
Then I'm going Vanity. Always love Vanity, man. Yeah, I mean, she was great. Good looking lady from the 80s, especially when the 80s where they weren't so voluptuous, but she was still really good looking. And then going with Tia or Tamara Mowry. Come on, baby.
Yep.
Give me either
I like
one.
the
don't
goofy
give a
one.
fuck.
It was the goofy one for me.
It doesn't matter. I take either of them. Shit.
All right.
Then I'm going with Layla Rashawn. I have a girl whose pussy is so good. When you throw it in the air, it turn into sunshine. That is my baby. He's like, I don't want to meet her, Red Fox. I do. As Layla Rashawn is my baby, bro.
Underrated.
Last but not least, Lisa Turtle, aka Lark Voorhees. When she was before she got weird. But yeah.
Okay.
Lisa Turtle's that girl.
She has medical condition. She good. She wasn't weird.
But she's still a little weird. She's still a little weird.
All right.
Hey, honorable mention, Jennifer Love Hewitt.
Oh yeah.
Oh no, you okay?
Real talk. Real talk. Okay. Okay. Well, let me see. I'm gonna go with Salma Hayek.
Yes.
Oh wow.
Definitely.
Okay.
Hayek, definitely.
I'm gonna go. I'm also mention Jennifer Love Hewitt as well.
Mm-hmm.
I'm gonna toss in Tony Braxton.
Yes.
Yes.
Yes,
Let me see.
He got all spades in his hand right now.
Right.
You brought your ass home last night. I will go with Halle Berry.
Halle Berry.
Yes,
Halle
Lord.
Berry.
Hey, dude, I got to end with my number one, Janet Jackson.
Man.
That's what I'm.
Yes, Lord. Janet and them
That's a hell of a lineup right there, sir.
Wow.
Yes, sir. Yes, sir.
That's a mental picture info right there.
I thought I had a list, but I think he honestly got the best list on this mug.
Right. Right. But Mar, you still got to lay it on this dog. What you got, man?
All right, I'm gonna go Megan Good. I just always love her.
Yes.
I just love Megan Good. It was like, come on.
Yeah.
And another
I hate her
one
husband.
Oh yeah, and another one that gets slept on is Vivica. Vivica was bad.
Hey,
Vivica only got slept on once she fucked with 50 though.
I don't know why she started messing with her face because she was beautiful. Like,
she really was. She didn't need no work, and then she went to Lil Kim, man.
None at all.
Y'all still sleeping on Nicole Irene Parker too.
Yeah, she nice.
Oh, that's a good one.
Yeah.
Honorable mention. Yeah, that's a good one.
Yes, sir.
Tia Carrere. She was
oh my god. Yeah. Asian chick, yeah. Oh man.
Bro.
Yeah.
Absolutely.
Definitely one of the young
Purley.
crushes. Oh my god.
Austin Powers.
Yes.
Love her. British chick. And lastly, Marissa Tomei. I love that woman.
Really? Okay. Yeah, no, she's nice though. For y'all who don't know, she's the last Aunt May in Spider-Man.
Oh, right.
My cousin Vinny, all that.
Yeah.
Love
I'm going to throw in an honorable mention. I'm going to go with Lucy Lawless, a.k.a. Xena, Warrior Princess.
Xena, huh?
See, I thought you were going to surprise me, Lando, because y'all sleeping on Lucy Liu, too.
Lucy Liu.
I was actually going to put her on my list. I really was. I wanted to switch it up. And, Mark took her spot, but it is what it is.
Hey, it happens.
But Lucy Lawless, she was bad.
Yeah, she was.
So you was one of the people watching Game of Thrones, watching her get boned, huh?
No, I never actually seen the episode of Game of Thrones. Sorry.
Oh, damn.
I didn't even know she was in it.
Well, you missing out.
I gotta throw
I'm gonna put myself in the spot a little bit. When I was flipping through the porn, who that?
I gotta hear this, Garrett.
Tina Turner, the legs.
She do got some nice legs. Silky smooth milk legs. Yeah, she do got some legs.
Yeah, man.
Tina was my girl.
There you go.
Just because I went Vanity, I gotta throw in Apollonia.
Apollonia? Yeah,
absolutely.
First, you have to purify yourselves in the water of Lake Minnetonka.
Lake Minnetonka.
Absolutely.
Imagine getting two women that fine and wearing high heels and lace blouses. Chris was that nigga. This is why he's better than Michael. This is why. He was wearing their clothes and smack. Like,
hey, you know what? I'm gonna toss one out there that y'all might not be thinking about, but for me, it's just her naturalness, man. And I'm just gonna go and say Erykah Badu.
Yeah, I love Erykah.
Yeah, man.
I love Erykah, Marlon. Stay away from my woman.
Right. We here, dog.
I told you.
We here, dog. Erykah Badu. Oh man,
bruh.
The thing about her is she's just so naturally her.
Exactly.
Like you cannot. Nobody else would be able to imitate her or try to personify her. Like it's her energy just captivates you and it just holds you. And her, like you said, it's just so natural.
Exactly.
Erykah, she a bad woman.
She make
Andre
you
3000.
don't she?
Andre 3000. Yeah, dog.
Yeah.
Yeah, dog.
I already put this out there publicly. I think Erykah Badu is my generation's Pam Grier. You know what I mean? So if you were to put it to the 70s, Pam Grier is way up there.
Yeah. Oh yeah, no doubt.
First of all, if you don't know Pam Grier, you living under a rock. Just saying that much.
If you gonna toss Pam Grier out there, since we roll into the 70s, don't forget about Jane Kennedy.
Yeah.
Jane Kennedy was that.
And what's her name? Oh my God. I'll think of it. Also, Sally Richardson. She was nice.
Yes, sir.
Sally Richardson. But
yes,
70s.
I
forget her name.
If we would go to the 70s, I guess.
But Diane Carroll, she was nice too.
Oh yeah. Oh,
hey, okay, so y'all gonna laugh at me. But I got two of them. One, fuck it, I don't care. Meryl Streep.
Okay.
And then the one in red.
The one in red.
Susan Sarandon. My baby.
The mom.
Man, get the fuck up out of here with Susan Sarandon, bro. You got one.
Susan Sarandon's cute too, but no. The one from
God.
I can't think of her name, but she's
in Bedazzled. Is it the chick that was in Bedazzled?
No, that's Elizabeth Hurley.
That's Elizabeth Hurley.
Elizabeth Hurley, yeah.
Nah, I'm talking about Red with Bruce Willis and
Mary Louise Parker. I love her.
No, not her.
Oh, Helen Mirren. I love her.
There you go. Helen Mirren. Yeah. Okay. You go.
Okay.
Yeah, I don't know. Sometimes I have a thing for older women, but I'm just like, I saw some of her younger pictures. I'm like, man, she could get it right now. I just have a picture over her headstand. You know, I just look up at the picture while I'm hitting it. Cause man, that's a bad lady right there.
Nice.
Yep.
Nice.
We're gonna do that, and I'm gonna throw in Three's Company's Suzanne Summers.
Get out of here.
Hey, she was bad back then.
Is that
she was bad.
Nice.
She was bad on Three's Company.
Yeah.
Okay.
Or since you said that, Heather Locklear.
Oh, is that what we go?
Carmen Electra.
Okay.
Yes, Carmen.
Since we're going there, what about the redhead chick on Gilligan's Island?
Ginger?
Yeah. Yeah. Ginger? Yeah.
Ginger, yeah.
Yeah.
Yes, sir. Yes, sir.
You know what this tells me?
What?
Our parents didn't have no idea what the fuck we was doing when we were kids.
Right.
Because we was being entertained by some of the simplest shit.
Yeah.
Right. Exactly.
They was looking at it for the story. I'm looking at it for
we're sitting there thinking like, oh my God, I wish I was stuck on that island.
Right.
I'm about to move to Melrose Place. You know what I'm talking about?
Right. Exactly. Shoot.
Well, everybody done gave their top fives. Everybody had a good time.
For sure.
I say everybody had a good time.
For sure.
Definitely, brother.
Good time, man.
Right on. What's that? Episode? Was that 23 episodes, Marlon?
23, my boy.
Oh, wow.
Hey, we really rolling out here, man. That's the Jordan number. Hopefully, you know what I mean, everybody had a good time. I know we had a good time creating it. Hope y'all had a good time watching it. Shout out to the special guest, Mr. William Dez, Mr. Jared Harian-Hodges. This is the Greenbox Convos, y'all. This is what we do. As you can see, we just here to have a good time and fuck with one another the way we do. With that, Mr. Marlon, it's home, G.
R.I.P. Arthur. Morning till I join you, my boy. Be easy, y'all.
25 years.
One.
Peace.
Out.